วัสดีค่ะ
Hey gang, JC and Nat here for retirecheapjc. So, my question for you all is, are you lonely in your home country? And are you afraid that if you came to live in some place like Thailand, you'd be lonely as well? Let's talk about this. This channel is always about a life of retirement in Thailand and how to get from where you are now to where you want to be, and hopefully I'll be able to help you to do that with the channel and the videos here. And today I really wanted to talk to you about something that Nat and I were talking about while we were having lunch yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. And I said this would be a great video for YouTube. And that is about relationships and the ability to have relationships in today's world, because it's a worldwide issue at this point. And I don't know, and you could go into all these things about, is there an agenda not to allow people to have successful relationships these days? Because it seems like the political correctness and all the things that are the rules for having relationships these days have just gotten so screwed up in the West. It's amazing. So I want to compare a little bit about the ability to have a successful relationship, or be able to even start a relationship in the West compared to what it's like in Thailand. And I was talking to you about in America, when I grew up, you were able to, it was easy to have a relationship with people. And this goes for relationships with women as well as just relationships with strangers, getting to know strangers. When I grew up, you saw somebody you worked with or in school, and you could smile and give them a flower or say you look really nice, or your clothes, your dress, or everything looks really nice. But today in America, if you do that, it's not acceptable. It's like harassment. And so the question I had for Nat was, nowadays in the West, how would you meet somebody? Because that's the natural way to meet people. And I asked you what the name was when you flirt. In English, it's flirt. And
Jeep.
What is it?
Jeep.
Beep.
Jeep.
How do you spell that?
จอจานสระอี
Jeep.
บอใบไม้
Jeep. Yeah, there you go. And so, if somebody says something nice to you, if somebody comes up and says, "Oh, you look very nice today," what do you say? And get away! Call 911, ใช่ไหม?
No.
How does Thai women feel if somebody says something nice to them?
ก็ shy and smile
Shy and smile.
or say thank you.
That works for me. In America, it's hard to find a woman that would give that kind of reaction these days. And I'm generalizing. Now, keep in mind, your mileage might vary. If you're a real handsome guy with a lot of money and everything, and you're flirting with some woman and she knows, she can see you're handsome and you have money, yeah, you'll get a lot different reaction than, say, I would, or a lot of our retirees. And so, yeah, so it's a good thing when somebody says something kind to you, right?
Yes.
How do women feel about Farang saying something nice to them? What do you think about that? I mean, compared to a Thai person saying something nice to somebody, is it different or the same?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Well, you didn't really interact. You didn't interact with Farang before you met with me, so
maybe same.
Maybe the same.
But if we know about English, maybe we feel same. We don't know.
Well, it's more difficult. But you all, almost everybody learns some English in school, right?
Yeah.
So Do you understand, most Thai people, women, understand the word beautiful, right?
Yes.
Suai, ใช่ไหม? How do you say?
Yes, สวย
Suai. And how about narat?
Cute.
Cute. Yeah. Is cute a good thing?
Yeah.
If somebody says, oh, you look cute, is that good?
Good.
Yeah,
I
it's good.
just feel wow. I feel good inside. Wow, today I look good.
Feel good inside. Oh my God, I've gone into shock already. Yeah, it's a good thing. Some people, some Farang are shy though, and they're afraid. I would be fearful in America to walk up to a woman and say you look cute or you look beautiful. I would be afraid. And I'm not that shy of a person, but nowadays I probably wouldn't do that. How would a shy person, say a Farang comes over and he's sort of shy, how would he talk to a Thai lady, say something nice to the lady? Should he say something or not?
If she looks
If he likes, if he sees some lady and she looks friendly and he thinks that she's nice and wants to know her,
we should say any connect and
what should he say?
You don't say anything, just look.
Yeah, it's better than not saying anything.
Just look and we square why you look too much.
Yeah, see, there you go. And this is universal, I think. Staring at somebody or looking at them and not saying anything could be a bad thing, right? If you just look. Because then they're like, well, what is he looking at, right?
If looks smile, better.
Yeah, if he looks friendly.
Look friendly.
Yeah. And how do you say friendly in Thai language?
TIMyT.
TIMyT. So if he looks TIMyT and he says, hello, how are you today? Is that okay?
Okay.
That's nice, right? That's okay.
That's nice.
So the thing about this is, and this we'll move away from relationships for just a second. In the West, it's a lot of people are lonely these days, and with loneliness comes like depression and becoming a recluse and things like that. So a lot of foreigners have learned to have relationships online. Not real relationship, but through Facebook or some online dating site or something like that. And because they can't go out and talk to strangers and meet new friends unless, I've said this to Nat, the only way really I can see nowadays that you could get to know somebody new, a new friend or a new relationship, or is somebody introducing you, like, here, Nat, meet Jim, Jim, meet Nat, something like that, But just to go out and say something to a stranger is difficult these days in America. So a lot of foreigners now have learned to stay home, use their phone, use apps and stuff to talk to people. And I've told people on the internet and our members and things like that Thailand's a very social country. It's easy to talk to people you don't know if you're TIMyT, if you're friendly, right? You see when we're at the beach and I walk up to people I don't know, how are you today? Or they ask me, how are you? Hello. They want to be friendly. We're in America, we're afraid to be friendly.
จะ say อันนี้ hello ไปไหน
Hello, by nai, and by nai means what?
Where you go?
Where do you go? And
At you นี่ กินข้าวด้วยกันไหม You want to eat together?
Yeah, or have you eaten? Gin kao ru yang. Have you eaten already? So when they say, where are you going, or have you eaten already, it's sort of like in America we say, how are you? They don't really want to know where I'm going. They don't want to really know if I've eaten anything. It's just a way of being friendly, right? They don't expect you to say, yeah, I'm hungry, I want to eat. But maybe you could. When we're walking on the beach and I say hello to somebody or they say hello to me, if they're drinking a beer or a whiskey or something, they want me to drink with them because they're friendly. So back to the relationship. If you're thinking about would I be lonely, this question comes up a lot in YouTube comments and in the member site. People ask me, if I come over there, am I going to be lonely? And I wanted to mention that it is easy. It's a social country. It's a social culture. Thai people are very social. And it's easy to meet new people. If your life and you've conditioned yourself to be at home, don't talk to strangers or anything, you're going to have two choices when they come to Thailand. They can continue to be that way, stay in their room, or go eat by themselves. You never see Thai people eat one person, right? They always have a friend. They're always eating with somebody. If you see somebody by themselves, like at a table, it's because they're waiting for a friend to show up. So for foreigners, when they see foreigners eating by themselves, what do you think when you see the foreigner eating by themselves? You feel sad for them that they have no friend? Or you say, oh, it's okay, it's a Farang.
Yeah, it's okay, Farang. Maybe come มาเที่ยว no? Maybe someday you find a friend here.
Yeah, they just come travel. Maybe one day they'll find a friend and not have to sit and eat alone. It's really an aberration here. And so you have the option. I always say, there's always an option. So your option would be you could continue to be by yourself. And I know some retirees are on a low budget or a pension, and they're afraid of the stories that they hear about Thai women taking all their money and taking this and that. So they're afraid because bad news sells. You hear about that more than you hear about great relationships. But we know people who have Thai relationships that are very happy. A lot of my members met Thai women back in America. Doing some kind of job, they fell in love, and now the Thai person, the lady, wants to come back to their country, and the foreigner, the Farang, wants to come and retire in Thailand as well. And so they come back. And they become members to help adjust. It's a big adjustment for both. For her to come back after such a long time in the West, and for the foreigner to come live here. And so hopefully I'm able to help them out with that transition, just like I try and help out everybody with the transition to getting over here. The relationship, don't pay attention to a lot of the bad things. Can bad things happen? Yes. Do bad things happen? Yes. My suggestion is when you find somebody that you're going to break the ice with, of course it's easier to communicate with somebody who does massage because they probably see Farang and they can speak some English, or they work in the bar. It's easier to talk to somebody in the bar. They're going to be more friendly and be more open to communication and things like that. I'm going to tell you statistically, it's going to be easier to get in a relationship, but statistically it'll also be easier to have a problem. And that isn't the case all the time, but it's the case in a lot of the time. Also depending on what area. If it's a highly trafficked place where there's a lot of foreigners and they speak really good English, you might have a challenge. Either they've been in relationships with foreigners and they're not in anymore, and there's got to be a reason for that. Or they've just learned how to hustle foreigners. And I've said this about Thai men as well. If you go to Phuket or my no-fly zones, Phuket, Samui, Pattaya, parts of Bangkok, and some Thai person comes up to you, and this has to do with women, men, touts of any kind, or if they come up and they're very friendly, hey, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Where do you come from? And they speak really good English and they're overtly friendly. The alarms, your intuition, the alarm should be ringing, saying, be careful, watch out. Because that's not normal, right? Huh? Not normal for Thai people to be like, they want something. They want your money, they want your time, they want something from you. So pay attention to your intuition. I've always said this, pay really close attention to your intuition. It knows a lot more. It's picking up unconscious signals other than what you're just hearing or seeing. And so if something doesn't feel right, pay attention to that. Move away from it. Don't think there's a scarcity. Don't come with a scarcity mentality and grab onto the first person you meet that's friendly to you. A lot of men do that. They're so used to nobody being friendly to them back home, especially a woman. And then all of a sudden a woman gives him some attention and smiles, and he feels, oh, this is great. I don't want this to stop. I don't want to stop. And instead of drawing a line in the sand and saying, I have this much I can spend every week or every month, you might start out that way, and then you start to push that line further and further until you're spending and giving all of your time, energy, money, everything, more than what you can afford to do. And then once it gets to a breaking point, it breaks, the relationship breaks. They're back to where they started from with a lot less resources, and the other person moves on to greener pastures. And this is what I said, just draw the line in the sand, be who you are. You want somebody that's going to like you for who you are. I'm blessed Nat and I, from the time we met, we've been who we are. Right? The first day I talked to her, the first day she saw me is the same. I'm the same as I was then, right? Nothing changed. Same with her. But I don't know if that's probably an aberration. Never happened before in my lifetime, where you're so compatible that you just so feel natural, comfortable around each other. And this is what I always say. This is the best option if you can find it. And that show up who you are, the way you are, with what money you can spend. And you're going to find somebody. You're not going to find everybody. You probably go through a lot of people that won't work. It won't work. You find something you don't like about them. They find something they don't like about you. Or the first 5 minutes they're saying, buy me a house. You know, we have a sick buffalo. I need some money. We have a sick buffalo. You got to help me. And so that's when your intuition the alarm should be going off. And look for somebody who fits within your view and your reality over here. And your reality can be who you are, how much you have to spend, your lifestyle, how much you like to go out, how much you like to do everything, what kind of food you like to eat. You have to be compatible. Don't come with a scarcity mentality. There's a lot of women here that will be more than happy to have a relationship with you. Find the right one. Don't settle. And if you start a relationship and it doesn't feel right, move on. Find somebody. This could be the last hurrah, the last relationship for older people to have. You want to have one that's blissful. You want to have one that's good, that you feel great, that blessed that you leave this earth having had a relationship that was so fulfilling, right? That's what everybody wants, right?
Yes.
That's what you want, right?
Yes.
You have that now?
Yes.
Yay! All right! Yeah, right answer. So anyway, we wanted to talk about this. I thought it was really important. It's a big issue and something that's conversed a lot and discussed a lot and chatted about on forums and things like that. And usually there's a lot of negative issues going on around that. And it doesn't have to be. It can be very fulfilling. It can be very loving. Be real clear about who you are, what you have to give, and also be real clear about what you're attracting into your life. See the person in your mind of what you want. What should they look like generally? What kind of demeanor should they have? Some people don't want laid back and relaxed. Some people want more aggressive, louder, more conversive. But also, I got to tell you this, don't bring your rules and your values of relationships over here and impose them on the Thai people and Thai women. It won't work. I'll tell you your relationship. A lot of men say, well, Thai women don't talk so much. I want to talk about everything. Thai people don't talk about everything. They don't want to hear about your problems and your way. Today I think just about this and this is. They don't want to. They want to have fun. They want to have a nice, relaxing life. Right? So this whole thing that we've been taught in the West about equality in the relationship and things like that. Here you can have clearly defined rules, or roles, I should say, clearly defined roles, and it's perfectly okay. It's acceptable that you have a role in the relationship and you do this and the women do that. This thing about, well, you got to be more feminine, they got to be more masculine, and forget all that. It hasn't worked in the West. It's completely broken down. That didn't work, and it never will. Women are women and men are men. And that's good. It's a good thing. Somebody said something on YouTube the other day about I said something in Ao Nong. I think maybe it was about there's a lot of Muslims in this city or something. And they said, oh, that's very racist. Well, first of all, Muslim isn't a race. Islam isn't a race. That's the first thing. And the other thing I commented said, yes, I'm racist, I'm sexist, I'm Islamophobic, I'm everything. All these things where you can have, it's okay to be a human being. And everybody's tried to tell you over the years that you can't, and you should be homogenous, and everything should be perfect, and everything should be the same. And it's never going to work, and it never will work. Human beings are a flawed species. We're not perfect, right?
Yeah.
Human beings are not perfect. We're going to have opinions. We're going to have fears. those are to protect us. Those are to give us, to call out what we don't like and compare it to what we do like. It's a natural process. Don't let anybody tell you different. And start being human again. And if you can't do it in your home country, there's
always option.
That's right. There's always an option. And it doesn't have to be Thailand. It can be anywhere where political correctness is a 4-letter word. But actually, it's a lot more letters than that. But it's not acceptable behavior. I can't wait till political correctness is not acceptable. Political correctness says people don't want you to say something that's not good, you know? And in America, everything is politically incorrect, not correct. You can't say anything anymore without hurting somebody, right? Not good, not good. So anyway, Nat and JC, hope it's been helpful, hope it's been entertaining, something to think about. And I hope for you that you have a fantastic relationship and you're fulfilled from now until you're no longer on this earth and you leave with a big smile on your face. Till we see you again. See you again. Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.